What up? What up? What up? What's happening? I appreciate y'all checking me out as always, man. Continuing this bag or no bag conversation, previewing the next year's free agents, NBA free agents. I wanted to discuss my man Dillon Brooks. Now, it's a lot of people on this list. It's a lot of people on this list. Some worth talking about, some not really. I think Dillon Brooks is one that's worth talking about. Pretty interesting guy in the sense that if we're talking about 3 and D, much like Pat Bev, this guy will fit the description. Dillon Brooks is making $11 million. Yeah, $11 million. All right, that's still working off of his rookie contract. Now, will Dillon Brooks get paid more than $11 million come next season? Absolutely. Will it beat up by the Memphis Grizzlies? That's gonna be the interesting part right there. All right, because Dillon Brooks is another guy who has dealt with injuries. I mean, he's a solid 3-point shooter. Never made any type of all defensive teams. Pretty aggressive guy out on the court. Can he go get you 20 plus points per game? Yes, he can. Should he? I don't think that should be his role on the team. Dillon Brooks is one of these guys to me whose aggression get in his way more times than not. And again, I compare him a lot to Patrick Beverly. I mean, lockdown defense is not what comes to mind when I think about Dillon Brooks. More like a pest, more like a scrappy type of guy, a hustle player more than a defensive stopper. Will he get a bag though? Yeah, absolutely. Dillon Brooks will get a bag. We're talking about a young guy. I think Dillon Brooks is maybe 25, 26 years old. I don't see a scenario where he won't be getting paid unless it's just like he's asking for way more money than the market says he should get. I don't see him breaking the bank though. Dillon Brooks is 27 years old. Listen, that's like I can imagine he'll get the same type of contract that Detroit gave to Jeremy Grant. I say he'll get somewhere between 25 to $30 million. He won't be paid like a superstar. He won't be paid like an all-star. Um, maybe he'll be paid like an all-star. Maybe he'll be paid because the salary cap is supposed to go up for teams next year. And if you are a desperate enough team, I say that Dillon Brooks does provide some type of. I mean, he brings talent to the team. I'm not gonna act like he's just some scrub bum player who can't really hoop. It's just a matter of whether or not what team is going to pay him. Are we talking about bag or no bag though? Again, Dillon Brooks definitely gets the bag. All right. He averaged over 32 games, just 32 games last season. He averaged 18 points, 3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, career 14 and a half, 3 and 3. All right. Now, those numbers are not nothing that's looking like a team is going to be willing to just give everything to Dillon Brooks. His best season came in 2019, 2020. He played at least 65 games and he averaged 16 points. All right, solid free throw shooter. All in all, you got to ask yourself, what are you paying for when you get Dillon Brooks? If you are a desperate team, do you sign here for 25, $30 million? For example, the Detroit Pistons will be. I think they have somewhere between 40 million to $50 million and $60 million in cap space next season. Is Dillon Brooks a guy? If you are the Detroit Pistons, the San Antonio Spurs, the Indiana Pacers, is he a guy that you are willing to go and commit 25 to $30 million to? I think to a team that's not in contention, a rebuilding team, no, that's not something that you want to do. I think that the Memphis Grizzlies don't have to break the bank. They do have his bird rights, if I'm not mistaken, but they don't have to break the bank for Patrick for Dillon Brooks. I'm sorry. I would not, if I'm the Memphis Grizzlies, commit 25 to $30 million for Dillon Brooks on my roster. Again, a guy who has only played 60 plus games, I think twice, 3 times in his career. I mean, that's still pretty solid. He played 82 games his rookie season. He's played 73 games. He played 67 games. I mean, it's not a bad trend. I'm just me personally. I'm not giving Dillon Brooks 25 to 30 million dollars. 20 million to 25 million. You might be able to talk me into that one. And then again, we're talking about annually, not just over the course of time. You might be able to talk me into that one. But you got to believe that the Memphis Grizzlies are waiting to see what they can do next season before they commit money to Dillon Brooks. That's the approach I would be taking, at least, especially since I got Desmond Bane, a guy who fits the same mold as a Dillon Brooks. So again, bag or no bag, Dillon Brooks, bag, yes. I think he'll get a bag. It's just obviously he'll be making more than $11 million next season. So yes, he will get a bag. It's just a matter of what team is going to commit that type of money to him. It remains to be seen. I'll catch y'all next time. I appreciate you checking me out. Peace.